this one's for the toddlers. I have some really fun kitchen-inspired activities to do with your toddlers and a giveaway that's sponsored by Hape. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. Hape is sponsoring a giveaway in this video, and they have sent me some amazing products that are great for the toddler age. So I'm really excited to show you because I know a lot of you are always requesting some toddler activities. I got you covered in this video. If you're new to the Purple Alphabet family, I'd love it if you were to subscribe. We do educational activities for kids, ideas and inspirations to learn through play. We have hauls and giveaways and sometimes shop with me's, although not recently, but we will get back to those at some point. Make sure to say hello down in the comments. I like hearing from you and seeing what you are up to. The giveaway details are going to be at the end of this video, so make sure to watch all the way to the end. So let's get on to some activities that you can do all around play food with your toddlers and preschoolers. First I have for you today the Toddler Kitchen Set. This is for 18 months and up. When I saw this, I thought this was just adorable. This is called the Toddler Kitchen Set. This set has 6 pieces and it's for ages 18 months and up. It's a really beautiful wooden stove set. We've got the stove on the top here, and of course, great quality always. And then we have our dials that click on both sides, so you can make things hot or cold, turn them on or off if you need to. And then it's got these great feet on here, so it actually stands up. This part's plastic, and then we have some storage compartments in here. So this is like your tabletop stovetop, so you can put this at the kitchen while you're cooking. You can set it next to you down on the floor while you're working on something in the kitchen. And I like that it's just so easy to like grab and go, right? It's just one of those things that it just doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can still have that imaginative play with it. Also comes with a pot. Isn't that cute? And then we have a frying pan, and then we have a lid, and then our 2 utensils to cook with. So we already know you can do a bunch to play with this, but if you're going to do some guided play with your toddlers, you can do some great speech exercises with them. And so that's naming all of the parts that you have to work with. You can say lid, you can say pot, pan, basic vocabulary, and then you can also do some directional play of putting things in, out, on top of, inside. So you're teaching prepositional phrases, and it's just kind of a speech development skill. Can you put the top on top of the pot? Can you put the pan inside? So we put it inside. Can you put the pan next to? And so you're just building on vocabulary. If they don't understand it right away because they're toddlers and preschoolers, that's okay. It's what you're doing. You're working with it and showing them. You can even demonstrate, I'm putting the pan on top of the stove. I'm putting the pan inside the stove. I'm putting the pan under the stove. And so it's a great opportunity to do that guided speech play. Also with this set, you can of course use play food with it. Hape has a ton of play food options on their website. But if you don't have play food, you can use things like these big, huge pom-poms. I've used these pom-poms for everything, you guys, but these are great because they're more of a toddler safe item. They're nice and large and big, and they can stuff them in there, and they can pretend cook, right? They can dump them out, which is usually what happens with toddlers. And they're just a nice soft option, and you can kind of limit what you have. If you haven't invested in a package of pom-poms, they're at the craft store, they're at Dollar Tree, the big ones you have to get at the craft store. I would have to say this is probably one of those things that you're going to use a lot if you don't already have some of these in different sizes. Usually I use them in sensory bins. I use them for crafts, all kinds of activities. So something to keep in mind as one of those staples to have in your house. Another thing, you can use the tools to pick up items and put them in the other. This is kind of a Montessori inspired activity where you just do some transfer work, and since these are so big, it's a little less threatening. If they aren't able to use the utensil yet, you just use your hands and do 1-to-1 all the way over to the other side. So that's using the pincer grasp for that toddler age. And then of course, if they've mastered that, they can move up to using the utensils in the preschool age, and they can even use 2-handed as they get older and get that coordination down. So this is the Toddler Kitchen Set. It's a 6-piece set. It's beautiful, and it's a great starter set for the toddler age. And of course, to go with your toddler kitchen set, you're gonna need some food, right? So this is adorable. It's the toddler bread basket. Speaking of play food, they did send me this toddler bread basket, which looks really, really cute. Also for 18 months and up. And this one has 9 pieces in it. I like this set because all of the pieces are made from fabric and felt, so it's super soft. They got some great textures to them. It's a nice sensorial kind of play toy. Look at the bread slice there. And we have different kinds of pieces. Look at that croissant and kind of cracker there. That even has 2 different types of textures on it. So you can have fun exploring the different textures. This one's a little bit more velvety. And then we've got these 2 as well. And then of course you get this awesome little basket with it. You can just fold this over. Look how cute this is. You can store all of your bread pieces in here. So for the toddlers, you can do the dumping, of course, dumping them out. You can use this with your play kitchen and the play food you already have. But what I think would be fun is to talk about the textures that you feel. So this one's a little bit more rough than this one. So you can talk about smooth, soft, rough, hard. Some are more squishy than others. This one doesn't squish at all. This one does. So you're doing a very tactile kind of activity, exploring all of the bread pieces. You can also sort them by size. Do a little size sort here from biggest to smallest, or smallest to biggest. Be something like that. And you can do your basic counting. Different variations on this, and then as they get older, you can increase the skill level, like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I also wanted to give you some extra activities that you could do along with the bread theme. So I found a printable online, which you can probably print out. It's 100% free. I printed it out in color. These are cutting strips. So this is more for your preschooler age who are learning how to use scissors. So you can present it in a little tray here. I have the strips here. I'm going to have a little discard tray and some scissors. Definitely use kid scissors. We don't have the kid scissors anymore. But you can put the scissors in here and they can get to work on doing some simple cutting. You just need to show them what to do. All the pictures on here are little pieces of bread, and so they're going to practice cutting right on the dotted line, and they can put all their pieces in their discard box. It won't be as clean and non-messy as that. So you just print these out and cut them on strips for them, and then they do the cutting strips, and that is really enough for a whole activity, and they're going to love cutting if they haven't tried cutting before. Then once you have all your pieces cut out, I would recommend doing a paste on a piece of paper. So taking all of these scraps, and don't waste them, just do a pasting activity and pasting them all on there on one sheet of paper. So that's a really cool activity. This worksheet also came with another printable that looks like this. And so instead of cutting out the strips, you're actually cutting out shapes. So a little bit more of an advanced cutting exercise. You would just show it to them on these cards. Let me cut out the excess so you can get the idea. So now you have 4 different cards with 4 different shapes they have to cut out. So you can see how it got a little bit harder. And so they would have to follow all the way around to cut out the shapes. And then of course you can talk about the shapes that they've cut out afterwards too. Like this one is a triangle. And of course the hardest is going to be the circle because you're going around in a circle instead of doing straight cuts. And then one more in this packet too is this one, which is another cutting exercise, but this one is cutting on the lines. So instead of doing strips, you are just cutting the bread with your scissors, or maybe slicing the bread with scissors. That would be more appropriate. And you're just following the lines as well, like that. And then they have several different ones to choose from. I just thought those would be really cool to go along with your bread theme if you wanted to extend the play a little bit farther than just the tactorial sensorial play. Next up is this amazing set. It's called Silly Spaghetti. It's for those 3-year-olds and up. This is Silly Spaghetti, and it really caught my eye. I thought it was super, super cute. This one's for 3 years old and up, so it's a little bit older on this one, but I'm telling you, if you have a toddler who's 18 months, they're going to get to this really quick. This one has 14 pieces that go with it. So here is your bowl of spaghetti. These are the spaghetti noodles, but they're very flexible and bendable, so you can put them in different ways. And then you get all the pieces here, and they're pieces to make silly faces. We got some eyeballs. Looks like we have an egg. A kind of food theme here, shrimp, a little mushroom. These are in felt. This one's plastic. Look at this, it's a broccoli. So what you're doing is you're making a meal, or you're just making a silly face. Look at the back of the pieces. They have this little divot here where you can attach it to the pasta, and so it stays on, so you can make your own creation using all of the pieces. You're really working some fine motor skills here, getting those pieces on and taking them off too. He needs a nose. How about a mushroom nose? And maybe, I guess these could be ears. What do you think? And of course you can do this over and over. Some variations on this is playing it as a game, a collaborative game, where maybe you put on one piece and have your child put on one piece, or maybe you're taking them off one by one. Maybe you're saying make a face with 3 pieces, or make a face with 5 pieces, and just, oh, this could be some hair. That'd be cute. And just being really creative and goofy with it. You can also do some more directional play, saying, can you find the eyes and put the eyes on? Can you find a mouth and put the mouth on? And then you can also do a game of kind of tell me what to do. So have your child tell you what to do next. You say, what do you want me to do next? And they could say, put on the eyes. And so then you would put on the eyes to make your face. I really wanted to show you guys some ideas that you can extend the toys and games that you have to really do some fun learning activities other than the intended purpose they originally had. An additional activity I saw floating around on Pinterest is to take some tin foil and to wrap up some of your pieces. Quite frankly, they could probably do the wrapping too. They'd probably really enjoy that. An alternative to this would also be using tissue paper or some extra wrapping paper that you might have, but wrapping up the pieces in the foil, probably less foil than this. You could also do this with the bread as well, and then opening it up to discover what's inside. Kind of like a little present, and then using that. And then if you wanted to and you had both of these pieces, or maybe you had a bag or something, you can just put the pieces into a bag and have them reach in with their eyes closed and pick one out and try to describe what it is before they pull it out. This would probably be a preschooler activity, and then after working with the pieces for so long, they'll probably get to know them, and they could say, that's the broccoli, and they pull out the broccoli. Be creative, look for ways to upcycle toys and come up with new ways of playing with them, and you'll be surprised on some of the things you can think of. Before I give you the giveaway details, make sure to subscribe to the Purple Alphabet and leave me a comment down below telling me your favorite thing to do with play food with your kids. Then head over to the giveaway link to officially enter to win. In this video, we are giving away the Toddler Kitchen Play Set, which this is a great addition to your kitchen play. Trust me, it's amazing. You must be 18 years of age or older and have a US postal address. And of course, as you guys know, I always give away bonus entry opportunities, and those are hidden throughout social media, and there's one in this video too. I hope you are keeping your eyes peeled. You guys click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.